Today, I want to ask you about three bills. One of them is yours, so let's start there. 1223, custodial interrogations recordings.
This is a bill that really fits into a lot of the criminal justice work that we're doing. Um, Oddly, in the state of Washington, it is not mandatory for police to record an interrogation when they're interrogating a suspect for a felony or interrogating a juvenile. This bill changes that. We want to make sure that we don't get false confessions and we don't end up sending people to prison or jail that are innocent. I think that's a pretty simple and straightforward request. And I just want to thank the Uniform Law Commission for bringing this forward and for Senator Jamie Peterson's leadership in the Senate to make sure that this bill is going to get to the governor's desk.
Then let's see, we have Bill 1236. This is a House bill that went through your committee, and this is about protecting residential tenants. Is that right?
This is an incredibly important bill, not only as we work our way out of this pandemic, but even before that. We know that in the state of Washington that rents are really high, really in every corner of the state. And a lot of families are rent burdened, which means that they're paying a really high percentage of their monthly income to rent. This bill is going to protect a lot of those tenancies to make sure that they're not getting evicted for no reason. Kind of the term that's used with this is just cause eviction. So we think that a landlord should have just cause to evict somebody, ask them to leave. This bill sets up some incredibly strong protections for tenants and really helps to even the playing field between that relationship between landlords and tenants. Representative Macri from Seattle has been working on this bill since she's been in the legislature for now 4 or 5 years. And this is a huge step forward in making sure that we really prevent homelessness. Eviction is the #1 cause of homelessness, and we know that we're in a homeless crisis. This is going to help rectify that.
The last bill I want to ask you about today is 1151, and this is about bolstering economic recovery.
This was one of our early action bills by Representative Levitt. So this bill has already been signed by the governor. This is an important piece in really helping the neediest families among us. As you may or may not know, families are only eligible for TANF benefits for a certain number of months. Obviously, during this pandemic, a lot of folks haven't been able to find jobs if they've been unemployed. So this is going to extend that time period to make sure that those families, and this is really just getting people, a $400 or $500 extra a month to make sure that they can put food on the table so they might not have to rely on the food banks that are doing such a great job. I'm so proud of Representative Levitt for bringing this bill forward, making sure we got it through quickly to the governor's desk, because we need to help the neediest families in Washington.
So lastly, we are in the final stretch of this legislative session. What is happening from now till sine die?
A lot of what's happening for the next couple of weeks gets a little bit wonky. We have a process called concurrence. Constitutionally, the bills that pass the Senate and the House have to match up identically. So we get a bill over from the Senate and we make some changes, either technical changes or policy changes. The Senate does the same. And then we kind of get together and make sure that we all agree that these are the changes we need to make to move forward. So there's a little bit of back and forth between the House and the Senate. But for the most part, we're in agreement on these big policy changes. And then, of course, we're still dealing with some of the finalization when it comes to our budget, our capital budget, putting some great projects here in the 21st district, of course, our transportation budget and the general operating budget to really cover so much of the needs of the citizens of Washington. So still a lot of work to do here in the last few weeks, but so proud of the incredible policy bills that we've been able to pass off the floor of the House and the Senate, and those are now getting to the governor's desk.